come in. Give me some love. Let me know you're here. Share. Invite some people. We got some things to talk about. Some things to ponder. Some healing to do. Some money to make. I'm doing my invites. Got me some good music in the background. And I'm feeling good today. Had some conversations with some great people yesterday. Got some good news. Always have good news. I don't think any news is bad news, really. Any opportunity to do something new the next day is a good thing. Hey guys, can't see who you are right now, but because I'm doing my invites, but say hello in the chat. Share so we can get started and talk about some stuff today. The stigma around living this type of lifestyle or minimalizing in the Black community. What is the stigma? Why is it so difficult for us to think about simplifying our lives? What's the big deal? Is it because you have children? Is it because you think that you don't like amenities? What is it? What's holding you back from simplifying? You like stuff, you like things. I like things. I love things. What could you get rid of out of your life to make it easier? You know, everybody's not the type of person that's going to end up living in a bus like me. I know that. That's not realistic. But what aspects of minimalizing could you incorporate into your life that can make your life easier? That's what I want to talk about today. What are your fears around getting rid of things? Are those things holding you back? What is your idea of wealth? What is being wealthy? Is that monetary? Is that the amount of things that you can purchase? Or is it a state of mind? I think it's more of a state of mind personally, but we're going to talk about that today. All right. These are my invites. And we're going to talk about this today. Let me turn this down a little bit. I've been talking more and more and more. I talk in my job and I talk here. And I've been talking on the phone like mad crazy. And my voice is getting raspier. I'm like, this is my new voice. I'm going to turn into, what's her name? Macy Jones? Grace Jones? Not Grace Jones. Macy Gray. I had it all mixed up. Turned into Macy Gray. I tried to say goodbye and I choked. I feel like I sound like Macy Gray. Her's a little bit higher like this. She be talking like this. How about that? I said it. I said, is that going to be my new person I'm going to imitate? It's Macy Gray. I'm going to imitate. It used to be Bessie Smith. Now I'm turning into Macy Gray. Goodness gracious. Father, it's okay though. I'm going to work it out one way or the other. Whatever voice I have, I'm going to use it. And I'm going to use it to share with you guys. What's the stigma around getting rid of things? What is your ideal image of wealth? I was thinking about this because I had a wonderful, first I want to say thank you to the beautiful lady I spoke to yesterday, Sonia. Sonia hit me up in my inbox, and I hope that she doesn't mind me calling her name out. I need to start asking these things before I speak about people I talk to. I'm calling y'all out because you guys are a part of this journey. I spoke to a beautiful lady named Sonia yesterday, and she hit me in my inbox, and I very often, respond. During the day, I work my regular position during the day, and then when I do get a chance to take a break or something, I see a message, I do respond. And I responded to her, and she just really wanted to talk to me about what made me make this decision to move into a bus, to minimalize. And I was like, well, Sonia, there's like so much that I could talk to you about with this. There's no way I could just message you. So I took my lunch break, and on my lunch break, we called each other and spoke on Messenger. So this beautiful lady, she lives in Alabama, and she's just said to me, I'm so happy to see one of us actually doing this. And she said one of us, she means someone of color. I don't like the term African American. So I'm a woman of color. And I said thank you. There are people of color who are in the minimalist lifestyle, who are basically, converting over RVs or living in buses and living in vans. I've done a lot of research, and I've seen those people. And, it was inspiring to see some of us, people of color, taking on this lifestyle and really embracing it. But it's not many. And now we kind of talked about the stigmas around why isn't it more of us doing these type of things. And like I said, nobody ever expects, and it's not my expectation that everybody converts over, move into a bus or RV or something like that. That's not realistic. But the concept of minimalizing and increasing your life instead of increasing your things is a lifestyle that is very beneficial. And a lot of aspects of it that we could bring into bring into our community and make awareness of it, to incorporate those things into your life so that you can live wealthier. And wealthier not in a monetary sense, wealthier in a lifestyle sense. So speaking with her, her journey was similar. It appealed to her because she liked to travel. She's also been in a position to basically, have health issues and minimal that minimize her a little bit in her life that she previously had. But she loved to travel, and she liked the idea of being able to take her home with her, saving money, being able to see the world and having the comforts of home with you. And also with the aspects of the financial aspect of it. It's cheaper to put insurance on an RV or a mobile home or a schoolie than it is to on a house. I told her about the insurance, the policy that I have on the vehicle currently, and it's literally like $75 for 6 months. And then if you include, renter's insurance and the things that's covering the items that's inside of it, it's still less than $100, which is great coverage, I think. We talked about, mileage and the things that I do actually have to pay for. But in all, it really came down to things. And I asked her, and I spoke to a reverend this morning. I'm not going to call her name out because I don't know if she wants to be called either. There's a lot of people coming out to me basically saying, I thought about doing this, and you're doing it, and the stigma around things, about what would you lose if you did decide to get rid of things and minimalize. And the answer to that, guys, is that you won't lose anything that you don't desire to already have. The great thing about that I've seen of moving into this lifestyle is that I'm able to actually create the lifestyle that I desire. Good morning, Sonia. I'll just talk about you. I'll call your name out, girl. But I'm able to create the lifestyle that I desire to have. It is actually a lot more freeing. I'm doing well. It's a lot more freeing to say, this is what I want in my home. This is what I desire to have. So ideally, if I think about what have I lost, I haven't lost anything. The level of comfort really is up to you. Minimalizing doesn't mean that you don't have things. Minimalizing means that you have what's necessary, and then that you don't clutter your life with things that are unnecessary. Like, for instance, I'm single. I don't have any children. It's just me and my 2 little dogs. I remember, I started out really early, and I remember having a big house, 2 cars, 3-4 bedroom house, big old backyard, and my mama was ecstatic. Oh, I love the house. She was ecstatic. My baby got a house and all this stuff and this, that, and the other. But half the time, I never use a space. Dining room, I never use. I literally stayed in one area of the house, which was like my office den studio. It was one area of the house that I used on a regular basis. The rest of the house was for aesthetics. The bills in the house, the gas, I had to pay gas, I had to pay water, I had to pay to get the yard mowed because I couldn't mow it because it had a big old hill. It was so much to that house. And it was beautiful. I love the house. It's just the fact that I didn't need it all. What I needed was space to create, space space for me to rest, space for me to cook, space for me to clean my body. That's it. What are you holding on to, or what are you paying for? If you can look around your surroundings now, what could you live without? Could you live without the gas bill? Could you live without your patio? Could you live without that spare room that you don't ever use? Could you live, what could you live without? Like, honestly, take a good tally of what's around you and say, what are things that I need versus that I desire to have, or I think I desire to have. Take a tally. And if you start marking things off and saying, I really don't need this, I have it just because whatever your reason is. I had that big house because I thought you were supposed to have a nice big house. But I really didn't need all those things. Hey, Jay, what's up, man? I'm in Georgia, man. What's up? Try to hit you up. I did try to hit you up. Check your inbox. What are the things that you actually need versus that you desire? What are necessities? Ideally for life, we need food, water, shelter. Simple, right? Those are the basics. Food, water, and shelter. Safety, right? And we talked about safety in the previous video. I'm not going to go back into that. Food, water, shelter, right? Electricity. Okay. We need electricity for technology. You might need it for work. You might need it for entertainment. Okay, you can have that. What else do you need? Do you need that spare room that's been empty, you still haven't been able to decorate it yet or fill it up with furniture? How much is that spare room costing you? Do you need that big old yard? What are you doing with that big old yard? Do you even mow that yard? Do you even go in the yard? take a look around, tally up what you desire versus what you need, and then you find your own happy in between. That's basically what I'm saying, guys. Minimalizing is not about getting rid of everything. It's basically prioritizing what's important. And then making the conscious decision to only pay for what's important. Okay? Getting rid of those things that you actually don't need. I have a lifetime friend, and I call him, he's my cousin, he's my friend. I'm going to go ahead and call his name out. His name is LeVar. He has a lot of different nicknames. Livy Fontaine. Another one that is more recent is Edward Poppington. That's my baby. I love him. Well, I need to let him know I'm in Georgia. Anyway, Edward Poppington. I'm calling you out, Edward Poppington. LeVar is like my brother. And I remember growing up, he is like the fashion guru. Everybody who knows LeVar is into his clothes and into fashion, and he is the denim god. The denim jeans, oh my goodness. And growing up, every year we would go to LeVar's room and we'll do a purge, a literal clothing purge just on his bedroom, and we would all end up with jeans and things like that. But he now lives a minimal life where he's like, I can literally live out, pick this amount of clothes and have this, that, and the other, and be just fine with it. And I think about him when I think about minimalizing my life. I think about that purge that we used to do with him every year. And it was very difficult for him to do, and it was difficult for us to do because we looked at it as, oh my God, he has all these great things. But I knew that in his mind, he's like, I don't even use half of this stuff. I have it because I'm able to get it. I have it because I'm able to, I have the accessibility to it. What are some things in your life that you have the accessibility to that you really don't need? Are you willing to get rid of it? Are you willing to sell it? Are you willing to donate it? Are you willing to use it for someone who might need it? These are things that you have to think about when you are minimalizing, when you're going into this lifestyle. People said, I've had several conversations with several different people over the past couple of days, and a new topic has come up, but I have children. Okay. I'm like, I understand, I can't do that, I got kids. You can do it because you basically, if you have children, you're going to create the lifestyle and minimalize around what a need is versus what a desire is with you and your children. It's on how you have the choice to choose how they're raised. I spoke to a reverend this morning. She has a whole family, and they're converting over into basically a mobile life. Black family, reverend. I'm not sure if they're doing a bus or if they're doing an RV, but they are in the process of converting their family. I know it's more than 3 into this type of lifestyle, and the stigma around that, I think that is, well, what will my children be lacking? Or what will people think? Who cares what they think? If you are living to the fullness and the fullness of what your desires are. I remember speaking to Sonia last night, and we were talking about, I remember, I'm 41, and I remember a rotary phone. I remember having to memorize telephone numbers when you want to call your friends. It wasn't no, how we got it now. Hey Siri, call my sister. Hey, this, that, and the other, do this, that, and the other. We had to actually remember the numbers. What is more valuable to you? Do you feel like technology and accessibility is more important than putting yourself into a position to actually manually have to do it yourself? What's wrong with getting your hands dirty, guys? How dirty do you want your hands to be? These are all things that you can decide if you choose to minimalize your life. Me, I am able to go like literal dry camping, meaning I haul my own water, I get rid of my own waste. That's how deep I can go. I'm capable of doing that. Everybody's not capable of doing that. So if you're not, you can go to the level that you're capable of and create a lifestyle around that. How do you do that in a household? If you look in your household and you see that there's space and things and amenities that you don't actually need, remove those amenities from your life. I know families who live in homes and they have big families, six kids, 2 adults, and they live in a smaller house with no TV. You know, it can be done. What I notice about those people who decide to live that more, the word I'm looking for is coming to my head, simplified life, a more simple life, that their family dynamics are a lot closer. This is one family that just comes to my head. I remember growing up around them. Every single one of their children were just musically inclined because they didn't have TVs and radios and all these extra things in their life. And super intelligent family, because they took the time. You know, theirs was surrounded around religion, but the concept of taking the time to engage with each other, engage with your family members, engage in more important things than TV, video games, and things like that. What could you do in your lifestyle to bring back that focus to your family dynamics? How can you connect more on a human level with the people you care about? Christmas just passed. Is it about how many gifts you can give? Or is it about the quality of the life or the relationship that you have? I say this because I look around and I remember a time in my life where I felt the things or the stability in my life was based on the size of my house, the worth of my car. And when I look back, I was actually miserable with the size of my house and how much my car, because I was bound to that house. I was bound to the duty of that car. I wasn't bound to my happiness. I was more bound to the things I had to take care of. I had to pay my rent. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. Like, share. I was bound to the things I had to take care of the house. I was bound to the vehicle and, you know, how much it cost to fix that vehicle. And I was bound to those things. The quality of my life was not better because I had a nicer house. The quality of my life was worse because I didn't get to spend time with my partner and engage with them. I had to think about working and then, you know, and paying the bills and how we're going to get to the next week. Oops, I done turned the music off. How to get through to the next week. How to juggle this month first versus and start thinking about juggling the next month. For something that could not touch me, for something that could not speak. Yeah, it gave me shelter. It did give me shelter. I'm not even going to say it was even more safe. It had alarm systems on it, but that doesn't make it more safe. It couldn't comfort me. You know, it was so big that I'm on one side of the building and my partner on the other. All on the other side. We could never see each other in the house in the whole entire day. I mean, think about it. What is more important? So with the topic and the title that I put up there, what's the stigma in the black community around living a more minimalized life? I think the stigma is that we're going to have to engage even more with each other. I think that that's the biggest thing. I think that's the root, that we would have to engage with each other more, that we would have to be more hands-on with the things that we have to do. And that's big, guys. We need to engage. We need to be more hands-on. You know, we need to also teach the other generations behind us the value and the worth of what they have now. It didn't used to always be this way. I remember even with me growing up, being a child of technology. I grew up with this technology, grew up with it, you know, grew up with the first Mac and Macintosh and computers. I am totally the geek of technology. I love it. But I also remember being exposed to the elements, being exposed to how to live outside, being exposed to camping, being exposed to, you know, outdoor living, or even traditional ways of cooking. And I had a grandmother who had a literal indoor wood stove, and she taught me how to use that. You know, I think I was in Charlotte and I was in college, and I went to the butcher store, and it was a true indeed butcher store, and it was something in there, and the little girl said, "What is that?" in the butcher store. And if you don't know, my grandfather was a butcher, so I love meat. And the little girl said, "Mommy, what is that?" And she said, "That's a chicken." Because he had a chicken in the thing, you know, with just the feathers plucked, you know. And she was devastated. The child didn't know chicken came from an actual chicken. Guys, we can't be that disconnected that we don't know where our meat comes from. We don't know where our food comes from. We don't know these things. So what's the stigma around, you know, knowledge? Are the things that you desire and you own, the big house, the car, the technology? Oh, I can talk to Siri. Oh, I can talk to, Alexa? Alexa gets on my nerves. Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, do this, that, other. I used to be Alexa. You know, your child remote control. Now we got Alexa doing it for you. Now we got Siri doing it for you. Shoot, now they got robots doing it for you. How can we reconnect? And I'm being silly, but I want you guys to get the point. How can we take the stigma off of the things that we own and reconnect with each other and teach the other generations of the value of what they have, so that they don't feel like so entitled to have them, more so than appreciative that they do. So how can you incorporate that into your lifestyle? That's my message for today. So I hope you guys get it. I hope that you get something from this. If you can tally up what is valuable, what's a necessity, and what's not, then you ideally can create your own lifestyle, minimalize life. Minimalize the things that you don't need versus what you do actually need. So, with that said, I'm going to get out of here because I want to rest up before I have to actually go to work. I hope that you guys have a blessed day. I hope that you get this message for today. I hope that you share. Go to I Am Greater Than, the page on Facebook. Please add the page, share the page. We are still looking to get solar power. I got some great interviews lined up. I'm coming back to North Carolina, girl. We got you. I'm not this month, but I got you. Thank you, Sonia. Like, share. Please go to the fundraiser. Share the fundraiser. If you can't give, at least share, guys. We got to get power on this bus. We did a little bit of fundraising. We're able to get a portion of what we need, but we need to get the whole thing. As always, I leave you with blessings. I hope you are greater than any obstacle, and you know that you're greater than any obstacle. See, I can't, every time I want to leave, I got something else that comes to my head. I have that's right, because I have a praise report. I do have a praise report. So, we all know that we can't take everybody with us when we go on journeys. And sometimes when the people you love and care about desire to be a part of what you're doing, they can't always be that part, be in your life. You know, and God removes things from you only to bring new things to you. So I'm happy to say that, you know, in the midst of change, in the midst of growth, this is something that I'm learning over and over again. I talked to Papa Bear. I talked to Bear last night. And I was like, Bear, every time something tries to get in front of what I'm doing, something amazing happens like right after. And I told Bear, I said, it's starting to feel more natural to not react. Because the previous me used to react. I'm very sensitive. And I used to react like, the world's going to go to, you know, the world's going to explode. But that's been removed from me more so than now I'm just like, okay. And, you know, let's go on to the next thing. So I was telling Bear, I said, for a long time I felt like God forgot about me. For a long time I felt like he forgot about me. Hey, my twin. For a long time I felt like he forgot about me. And Bear was like, I know that feeling, you know, and you sit on your pity potty. That's when you sit in your pot. And you sit in the woe is me. That woe is me situation. So we was giggling about that. And I said, I remember coming out of that, you have to do something. You have to put your foot forward and make a step before your blessings can come. I see people sit around and pray for things. Either they pray for it, I call them the super prayers. The super prayers. Boy, they'll pray. They pray. And then they go sit at home and do nothing. And pray. And nothing. They shout every Sunday, but do nothing towards their dream, towards their goal. They're just going to ask God for it. God going to do it. Yeah, he will do it. What are you going to do about it? And that's where I had to come in my life to like, all right, I got to do something about this, because if it's my dream, God knows it's my dream. He just waiting for me to take some action towards it. How much do I really want this thing? So we were talking about that, and it's either the super prayer people or the other spectrum of the view is the over. And I said it in a post. I should have wrote it down. Brother, you shared it. People who amplify negativity. So you got the super prayers and you got the amplified negativity. And then on the other side of people who amplify negativity, it don't matter what happens. They are so consumed by the negativity that they cannot dig their self out. So you got one spectrum or the other, and both are unhappy. And I've been on both sides. I've been amplified negativity, and I've been super prayer. And for the first time, I'm in the middle where I am taking action for myself in behalf of God, but for myself. And for the first time I take action, blessings just fall and come. So I've been blessed with a beautiful person came into my life and said, girl, come park your bus out here. I got you. I got land. I said, what? She's like, if you come to the state, come park it. You can park it till you get the solar. That's fine. Look at God. So, are you super prayer? You gonna pray all day? Are you and not take action? Are you gonna be amplified by negativity and consumed by it that you can't see light at all? Or are you gonna take action for your life and do what needs to be done to get towards your personal happiness? You gotta be one, guys. You can't you can't expect it just to come. You have to take action for your own life. So, with that, I leave you. And I say, love and blessings. I love you all. Like and share. Please, if you can, go to the donate. Please donate. Anything will help. If you can't donate, share it. If you feel guilty, I'm just picking. If you feel guilty, don't come to my inbox talking about, I wish I could share, but you don't have to do all that. Just keep it moving. But be blessed, guys. Whatever you do, be blessed. Be greater than, okay? Overcome your obstacles. Hit me up in my inbox if you need to talk. You got some questions, anything, I'm here. I love you, and bye, guys.